Hi guys, my name is Shelby and welcome to Voice for the Vanished. I say this for every case, but this case in particular is absolutely horrifying because it is two of the worst crimes against any human put together, and one of them is an innocent child, just a little baby girl. Look at how cute she is. It's absolutely heartbreaking. So let's get into Vanessa Morales's case. In Ansonia, Connecticut, on December 2nd of 2019, so just this year, the beautiful young mother, who was only 43 years old at the time, Christine Holloway, was found brutally attacked and murdered in her home. She passed due to blunt force trauma to the head, and not much information has been told about her murder, but it's just absolutely heartbreaking when you see someone so young, someone so full of life, someone who has a baby girl, someone who has a child who is just 1 year old like Christine did or does. It breaks your heart. You know that mother is absolutely broken wherever you believe she is, in heaven, in some other spiritual universe. She was brutally murdered and lost the time she would have with her child. And your heart breaks for the 1 year old who will have to be without her mother because of a murderer, a person who is absolutely disgusting and took the life away from every single person who loved her. Like, how can you take someone's life? I mean, this goes for every single murder case ever, but it will never make sense to anyone. I mean, no matter how hard we look into serial killers or psychopaths or anyone who murders, it will never ever make any human sense. I believe the police do have more information on this case than they're letting on to. I do believe the police have more information in this case than they are telling us about, just to keep the integrity of the case. This is a murder case as well as a kidnapping. Um, as far as we know, little Vanessa was in the house during the time of her mother's murder. And as far as we can speculate, the person who murdered her mother also has her. There there has been no clues as far as, again, the public knows, leading to where Vanessa could be. Again, she is only 1 years old. She is a baby. She has her entire life ahead of her, a life where her mother is not there, and she needs to be protected at all costs. The family of Christine and Vanessa, of course, are just begging for people to help them in the search for Vanessa, to bring her home safely so that they still have their piece of Christine, and that they can raise Vanessa in the way that Christine would have wanted and the way that Christine would have done, if that makes sense. They don't want to lose Vanessa as well. They want to find her, of course. And I know my platform, again, is so small, and I might not be able to reach more people than they already are, but if I can reach just a couple more people who haven't seen her case, and those couple people share it to another couple people, and it becomes a pattern, maybe I can help share their story just a little bit more. And that's all I do these videos for. That's all I can ask for, is to get this out to more people that have not seen her face and have not heard her story. Like I said, when police do investigations on murder cases and missing people, they are very different ways of setting up the investigation. But when it is a double investigation of missing child and a murder investigation, they really have to be careful on what they say and what the public knows and the ways to work it. missing person, you have to investigate. At that moment, there is someone currently in danger, but when someone is murdered, you have to, it's a different building, it's different building blocks and a different way of getting to the final end result, if that makes sense. So the police are doing everything they can. As far as I can tell, they are working very hard to find Vanessa quickly and find Christine's murder, who they don't know if it's connected. Vanessa was last seen on November 29th by her family, and it's believed that she could have been in the house at the time of the murder, and the murderer did take Vanessa, or something else could have happened. Maybe the mom gave her to a babysitter, and then the mother was murdered, something like that. They aren't completely sure, they aren't aware of, and again, they're not giving us the entire information that they have. But from what I can read online, they aren't completely sure if the murderer kidnapped her as well. The family again says, quote, "We are not looking to arrest or start criminal proceedings against whomever has Vanessa. They just want to know where she is and that she is safe and well," end quote. So this just shows that they don't really know if the murderer did take Vanessa. They don't know the circumstances because the only person who would know is passed away, which is just heartbreaking. They want her home as quickly as possible. She is just one. Again, I cannot stress this enough. She doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know and cannot understand what has happened. She is probably absolutely terrified and does not deserve to go through this. Police are doing everything they can and following every single tip they get into their office about Vanessa as well as Christine's murder. And as far as they've followed, none of the tips have worked out, but every tip counts. They search every tip because tips are what crack these investigations wide open. I always say this, but tips are the key to solving any missing person investigation. I'm sure your minds are all going to the same place that my mind went, as well as everyone's mind. The first person you would think of is the father of Vanessa. But the police do say that he has been completely cooperative. He did not live with Christine or Vanessa at the time, but he has been cooperative, talking to police, and does not seem to be involved. That's all the police have said, but from what I can tell, if they did think he was more involved, they would release his name. But public pressure is a wonderful thing, sometimes, most of the time. But they only refer to him when they are saying that he has been cooperative. So that is a good thing in the sense of he's not the one who did it most likely, but it also puts a strain on finding out who did do it. The community has come together and been so helpful to the family in the search for Vanessa, which I just want to point out, in some articles is spelled Vanessa, in some articles is spelled Venessa. I can't completely find the correct one. I still think it's pronounced Vanessa or Vanessa. I don't really know how it would be pronounced differently. And I just want to put that out there. But anyways, the family has been so thankful to everyone who has come out and helped in the search for little Vanessa. Over 100 people have braved very cold weather in Connecticut and coming out to help them search the surrounding areas. And sadly, nothing has been found of her or where she's been taken. At this point, public knowledge and public awareness of Vanessa's disappearance and her mother's murder is so important. Getting their story out there and sharing her face, bringing Vanessa home safely is their number one concern. Physically describing Vanessa, she is just 1 year old, born on September 7th of 2018. She was abducted from her home. This Amber Alert flyer says 6.5 Myrtle Avenue, which I'm not exactly sure if that's the name of the street. I know streets are different everywhere, but that is what this is referring to it as. just a little odd to me, but just reading it as it has. In Ansonia, Connecticut, sometime between the 29th of November and the 2nd of December, by an unknown murder suspect who killed her mother. Vanessa is about 2 feet 2 inches tall, which just hurts your heart reading that. She is approximately 17 pounds and has dark colored hair and brown eyes. She's beautiful, just the absolute definition of perfection. Finding her and keeping her safe is the number one concern. If you have seen her, if you know what happened to her, if you know where she's been or where she's currently at, please contact the Ansonia Police Department at 203-735-1885. Again, that is 203-735-1885. If you feel unsafe doing so, or you just don't want the police to know your name, but you do have information, you can always call your local Crime Stoppers. If you search Crime Stoppers and put in your local area, a number will pop up, a online forum will pop up. You can put in a tip anonymously online, or you can call. They will not track your number. They won't ask your name. It's 100% anonymous. It is just to help criminal cases. It doesn't matter why you feel unsafe. I've called Crime Stoppers before. They just want to know your tip and the case you're calling about. They won't ask you your name or any piece of your information. They don't care. So if you know something, say something, please. There's a 1-year-old little girl who is so innocent and so beautiful, who needs your help. If you know something, please say something. And as I always ask you guys, I don't care who you believe in, what you believe in, or what you don't believe in. Please send prayers, good vibes, good feelings, thoughts, hope, love, strength, faith, anything Vanessa's way and Vanessa's family's way. They need double that right now, and it would just mean the world to me. If you guys want to hear more stories like Vanessa's, please check out my latest videos. They all mean so much to me, and they all need your attention just as much as anyone. If you guys could, also please subscribe. It is an easy and free way to help me out and allow me to keep making videos like this for a very long time, and I would appreciate it so much. Again, my name is Shelby. Thank you guys for listening to Voice for the Vanished. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.